We are back for the Champions League quarterfinals against Sydney FC. In this episode, I think we're going to do both legs. We are going to do both legs of the Champions League quarterfinal. First up, we are away from home against Sydney, and then we will conclude the Champions League quarterfinals against Sydney at home in the second leg. In between, we will play Kaya in the PFL Cup semis. I won't film that. I think we're pretty confident that we're going to win that, considering we've already beaten Kaya 5-0 this year and 3-0. I think we're going to be pretty comfortable there. That being said, though, historically, in Asian continental competition, it is Australian teams that have knocked us out. Going back to 2 seasons ago, we lost to Adelaide United 2-1 in the ASEAN Zone the ASEAN Zone final in the Confederation Cup, and prior to that, we lost to Melbourne City 2-0 in the ASEAN Zone final. So historically, our kryptonite has been Australian teams. They've knocked us out twice in the Confederation Cup. Last season, of course, we were in the Champions League group stage. So we just got knocked out in the group stage. But as far as knockout round exits in continental competition are concerned, we've generally lost to Australian teams. This is our chance to do something that we have historically not been able to do, to beat an Australian team in Asian continental competition and to potentially progress past the Champions League quarterfinals. It is absolutely insane because right now we are technically one of the best 8 teams in Asia. And if we could go even further than where we're at now, it would be amazing. And honestly, looking at Sydney FC squad, I think we have a shot. They have some good players here. Josh Hooker, great player, an excellent natural finisher, and Joel King here. But he's a left back. I mean, he's a great player, but he's a left back. So he's not like one of their most important positions. And then we look at players like Costantino here. I think he's a player that could play for us. We look at Patrick Wood here. I mean, he has insane mentals, but technically not brilliant. Courtney Perkins here. This is a very good defender, but I don't know if he's like a world-class player. Najreen here is a player that I think could play for us. I think we have a shot here. I don't think I'm underestimating Sydney here. I'm just saying that I think we have a shot. This is a very good team. Don't get me wrong. This is absolutely a team that deserves to be in the Champions League quarterfinals and who could blow us out of the water and advance to the semis. But that being said, I just think if we play our best game, this is a squad we could beat. The other thing is, if we look at their tactics, they do play a 4-4-2, which we have done well against 4-4-2s this season. So hopefully all of this together will help play it into our hands. But with all that in mind, let's jump into tactics and then the match itself. We're going with the 4-2-4, and we are going with the team that got us here. Santos will play on the left. He's on a yellow card, though. Tangana is also on yellows, and he's in the center back position. Schwarzer comes back into goal. That's really the only big change. John Reyes had an amazing game last episode, but Schwarzer has been our guy throughout the Champions League, so he's back in goal. Otherwise, Rosuelo, Lucero, and then our amazing front 6 here. Pradas, David, Garotzategui, and Mendoza are the big 4. Tyler Okunfajuli have also come up with big moments. So this is the team. It's the team that's that's gotten us here. And we are going into a huge match against Sydney FC away from home. If we can get a good start, we're going to be in a good position for the second leg. Let's get stuck in. I'm not usually nervous before Football Manager games, but this is one that I am nervous for. Champions League quarterfinals with Mendiola. I feel like it's different. Like it's just different being in the Champions League with such high, stakes games and knockout rounds where one goal, could make all the difference. It doesn't necessarily go over the course of a season. But this is a big one. Let's do it. And we have a highlight here. Santos into Garotzategui. Garotzategui in the middle on his weaker right foot, though. And Santos here with another throw. Of course, this is the away leg, and the away goals rule continues to apply. So a goal would be nice for us, but that being said, the important thing here is just to get a result. I mean, even if we got, again, it's just to get a result here, and make sure that we go into the second leg with an opportunity to advance. But Yannick David winning the ball well. He finds Fajoli. Fajoli doing a great job skinning his man. Get the cross into the box. Mendoza, that's going to be a tough header. That is a very difficult header. And the first opportunity for Sydney here, off of the throw-in on the left side, King, that is their main man. Schwarzer winning it well. That is solid command of area from him. It's important for our goalkeepers to command the 6-yard box. Schwarzer has done that nicely. Ooh, it looks like they're high pressing here. Mendoza winning it well. Schwarzer with a good decision to play it long. But we go out wide to Garotzategui. Garotzategui to get the ball in. It is well defended, but not only to Luis Miguel Pradas here, who is absolutely one of the stars of this team. As he gets in, he finds David. David's played well in the Champions League, and that is a great save. That is the type of shot that David has been good at this season, getting it on the edge of the box and firing it. With that being said, corner kick here, Santos to deliver the ball in, well cleared, and that is probably the end of the highlight. Falls back to Santos, goes back to Fajoli. That is not the end of the highlight. We have found the back of the net, and it's an own. Oh, that's such an unfortunate own goal for them. Jordan Courtney Perkins. I thought that was the end of the highlight. Usually when it's cleared, that's it. Like at that point when it was cleared, I thought the highlight was over. But Fajoli and Santos combining well. He takes the shot. That's unfortunate for them, but we take a 1-0 lead. Ooh, this is a good opportunity for Sydney FC. Over the bar. And another free kick here. That's just over. Those free kicks are going to be dangerous. They can easily capitalize on one of them. And it is a goal kick here for Sydney. We're closing in on the end of the first half. We need to end the half strongly. If we can end the half strongly, and, if we can go in with a 1-0 lead, which I don't want to speak too soon here, but that would be a good position for us going into the second half. But Garotzategui looking down the line, he can't quite find Jesus Mendoza, which means Sydney will have the opportunity to attack. It's two teams who like to go very direct, and they win the second ball here. David, get the foot in. I think I've spoken too soon. They have a pen. Yeah, they have a pen. And why did I talk about going into the half with a 1-0 lead? Why did I do that? All right, John Reyes saved it. They're going to score, won't they? Yep. That is what happens when I speak too soon. And it is 1-1. We have one last chance right at the end of the first half here. Pradas to stick it in, looking for Talarok. Nothing there, but he finds Fajoli. Pradas again. Can he get the ball back in? He finds Fajoli. Lucero here. Can we go back wide? I don't like the fact that we're going so far back here, but Lucero getting around the outside. He swings the ball in. Jesus Mendoza with the goal. And we can go into the halftime break with a 1-goal lead. I've lost over my words here, but Jesus Mendoza, I was getting worried here because Lucero was going back. I thought he might lose it and City might have a counter, but he gets around the outside. Mendoza is wide open, and we take a 2-1 lead. And we are through to halftime. It is 2-1 we lead. That is also 2 away goals, which are going to be really important for us. But let's tell the lads they've done well. Talarok gets us underway for the second half. 45 more minutes of the same kind of stuff would be lovely for us. And we have the first opportunity of the second half. Luis Miguel Pradas standing over it. Talarok, it's just wide. That was a decent chance. Goal kick here for Sydney. They go long. Mendoza winning it wonderfully well. He finds Talarok, find the right ball. Pradas is in. Is Garotzategui onside? He's missed. I can't believe that Garotzategui has missed that. He was onsides as well. What an opportunity to put us 3-1 up as it delivers into the back post. Talarok winning it, and it's wide. And we have the opportunity to build the ball out of the back here. Frosuelo playing it forward to David. David doing well, but not able to find anyone. Looks like they've started to press a little bit higher. Talarok winning the ball well. Talarok doing a great job with the press there. He finds Pradas. Pradas forward to Talarok. Fajoli, get the cross in. We have numbers in the box. Talarok! He's done everything but score. They have had so many opportunities off of free kicks. One of those is going to go in, and we are fortunate that one of them has not gone in. And another free kick for Sydney here. Wright playing it forward. Frosuelo winning it well, but it falls to Josh. Oh, that's a great position for them. And it is 2-2. Man, Not the position that we wanted to be in here. Our defenders have not had a good game. And Sydney make it 2-2 again. They eventually got it off of their free kick. And Sydney have definitely, I don't know why in the second half here, all of a sudden our players are kind of putting in stinkers. But Talarok here winning the ball nicely. Find the right pass. He finds Kenshiro Daniels. Daniels. Time is ticking away. This looks like it might be the final action of the game as we move past, potentially past the 5th minute here, and it is over. A 2-2 draw. That is a good result for the away leg. I think a 2-2 draw, 2 goals away from home, and a draw means we have the opportunity to go back to our home stadium and try to get a win. But I thought we played really well. We'll take this result. Well, again, that draw leaves us in an interesting position. 2-2, but I do think we're in a good position going into the home leg. But this is how everything else looks. Al Nasser take a lead. Oh, Al Ittihad actually going down to Al Ali there, and Jeonbuk taking a commanding lead in their quarterfinal tie. But overall, things are looking all right. In between, I'll be playing Kaya, and then we'll come back for the match against Sydney at home. We do have some yellow cards. I think then Atangana and Santos are going to be out for the Champions League second leg, so I'll have to work around that. But this is what things look like so far, and I will see you back for the second leg. And we are back to just before the Champions League quarterfinal second leg against Sydney FC. We beat Kaya 5-1 in the PFL Cup semifinal, so we are in the PFL Cup final. We will take on Stallion in the PFL Cup final in a month or so time. We will, of course, be back for that. We always play the PFL Cup final as an episode. But before then, it is the big quarterfinal matchup against Sydney FC. And the reason I've come back at this particular point is because we got this inbox message. Apparently, it is our 200th Mendiola game. It is our 200th match as the manager of Mendiola. And what could be a better 200th match than the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals against Sydney? As a reminder, this is what things are looking like across the Champions League. I really want to win this game. I want to beat an Australian team. Like, Australian teams have caused us so much pain. Like, the worst loss of this save, in my opinion at least, was this 2-1 Confederations Cup Asian Zone final loss. It would have been huge to win that game financially. I think if we win this game, we'd never go semi-pro. Like, this, I think, was a huge moment in the save. Because if we win this game, I think we go on to the Confederation Cup final as a whole. And if we had done that, then we would have gotten enough competition money to not currently be a semi-pro side. So that was a huge loss and a chance. It's not really revenge, but just to beat an Australian team in a knockout competition of Asia would just be huge. But anyways, we have some tough things. The big news is, I'll actually go back to the schedule real quick. I think my face is covering it actually. Atangana and Santos are out for this game due to yellow card accumulation. So as a result, we've made some big changes. The notable ones are that Martin and Leonardo come into the back line, and Lucero, normally playing at right back for us, moves into the central defensive position. I've chosen Lucero over Justin Boss because I think he's just a bit better physically than Justin Boss. So as a result, I want him playing in that center back position. The other big news is that because now Martin and Leonardo are foreign players and I want to shore up the back line, it means Gorotsetegi drops out of the side completely. We do not have Gorotsetegi in the side. It means that Kenshiro Daniels will go play on the left. Fajrali will now play on the right. But otherwise, Pradas and David and Mendoza and Talarok are exactly the same. But it is a bit of a different looking side. It also means we don't have a whole lot on the bench. We do have Jay Reyes, we have Carlos Carrion, and we have Justin Boss who can all come in. But it is a bit of a different looking side to the one that went out against Sydney last time. It's a bit of a weaker side, but it is a side that I think can help us to get through. So this is the team. It is going to be an absolutely huge match against Sydney FC, which is tomorrow, but I'll just go forward straight to the match. This is the team. Let's go through. Let's be one of the best 4 teams in Asia. Talarok gets us underway, and this is the biggest match of the season. I know I say this every time, but this is the biggest match of a save. To have the opportunity to be one of the best 4 teams in Asia, let's do it at home. And we have the first opportunity here. Leonardo playing it into Pradas. He finds Kenshiro Daniels. Daniels finds Mendoza, and we have scored potentially the luckiest goal of all time. Kenshiro Daniels aiming for the far post, deflects it in off of Mendoza. He cuts inside, and Mendoza's just standing there, and it deflects off of him. What a start! Yannick David here. That's a nice ball in. Lewis. Bro, better first touch. What just happened? That was such a great ball by David, and I don't know if I've ever seen Pradas have a bad first touch. He's normally such a reliable player. But Daniel's playing it forward to Pradas here. It was well won originally by Frosuelo. Lucero, Frosuelo again. We're playing it around the back nicely. He finds Leonardo. Leonardo, that's a great ball into Daniels. Daniels to Mendoza. Mendoza to David. David. Daniels, get there. Oh, if Daniels gets there, we have a surefire goal. Pradas, Leonardo, what a save by Crawley. And that is a nice ball in there. They are working it around patiently and nicely. We need to win it. Daniels winning it well. That's a good ball into Mendoza. Mendoza find Fagerli out on the right. Fagerli to David. David to Talaruk. Talaruk who cannot score. What an opportunity. We've had a lot of corners in this match, and we haven't done a whole lot with them. But Pradas once again swinging it in. He looks to the back post for Martin. Mendoza with a great position. I don't know why he took that on his left. He could have taken that on his right, as there's a lot of space on that left-hand side. And it goes out wide to that left-hand side to Payne. It finds King. King playing it into right, and it's a good save from Julian Schwarzer. That is a huge, huge save from our keeper. And it's only, 24 or so minutes in, and there have been a lot of chances in this game. Why is that a free kick? I don't think that's a free kick, and that's certainly not a yellow. If so, that is poor. It should only be a talking to, otherwise that would be poor refereeing. But oh man, this is a great position for them. Fortunately, Daniels clears it. All right, goal kick for us. Let's play out of the back here nicely. That is a very composed play by Frosuelo. He finds Pradas taking the ball forward nicely. He finds Talaruk. Find Fagerli. Find Mendoza. I would have liked him to have kept going and then cut back for Mendoza, but we do get a corner out of that. I enjoy the direct play. Pradas to swing it in now. We haven't done much off of these, and still nothing there. Talaruk can't win it. We haven't done much off of corners today. Courtney Perkins patiently playing it forward. Finds King, back to Perkins. Roofer here. We're not able to step in and win the ball here. Once they get past the first line of our press, we're admittedly vulnerable. So that forward pass there leaves us vulnerable on the wings. I might consider dropping back Fagerli and Daniels, actually, now that I'm saying that, just to give our wings a little bit of help. And it's a good save from Schwarzer. In fact, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop Daniels there and Fagerli there. They can both kind of play those positions, but I do think it'll be nice to have that help on the wings. Well, right after that, we have an opportunity. Fagerli, Martin, back post, Daniels, over the bar. Sydney with the corner. Payne trying to cause us some pain here. Goes into the near post, and it's off the bar. We need to clear this. Payne, there, well cleared. Oh, wow. And we take a 1-0 lead into halftime. It has been an incredibly even game. We have one more shot, 2 more shots on target, but XG pretty much equal. They've edged it just a little bit, and they have a little bit more possession. It is about as tight as a game as you can see. And I'm going to tell them they're doing all right. Let's go into the second half with good morale. We take a 1-0 lead going into the second half. We are potentially 45 minutes away, but Sydney FC only need 2 goals to either win it or send it to extra time. Martin playing the ball down nicely. He finds David. David with a nice ball into Fagerli. Just get around the... Oh, that's a great ball into David. David has been a great player in big moments in the Champions League for us this season. Another big moment from him to Fagerly. Yes, Lloyd Fagerly has found the back of the net. What a finish from Lloyd Fagerly. Yannick David and Fagerly combining so well. Look at this play from them. David going around the outside. He finds Fagerly, and from the tightest of angles, we lead 2-0. That doesn't really change anything. Or is right. That's a good save by Schwarzer. Good save from him. But that doesn't change anything, because if Sydney get 2 goals, it goes to extra time. They needed 2 goals to start off this game. Nothing has changed realistically. We have a corner here. Pradas to stick the ball into the box. He goes to the back post. Nobody there, but it does find David. David's known for a big goal. David is known for a big goal. It is 3-0. What a finish from Yannick David. He has pulled out an absolute belter. Pradas sticking it in. They won it well. David winning it there. He goes around. What a finish. It is 3-0. Sydney, if they score 3 goals now to tie the tie on aggregate, though, they are through on away goals. So it continues to be important that we don't allow anything. But Mendoza, that's not a good ball for Mendoza. I think I put on Carrion for David because David is on yellow, potential yellow accumulation. So we want to make sure that he's safe. I'm feeling all right now, all things considered. But I do think in the near future here, we're going to take off someone like a Mendoza or a Talaruk and go to a 3-man midfield just to kind of try and help shore things up. As it goes out wide to Payne on the left, they're going to score here. And it's wide. They should have scored. We have done a great job to win that ball. Daniels, you got to play quicker than that. There were options, especially back to Leonardo. Frosuelo winning it, though. Come on, guys, keep progressing the ball forward. He finds Mendoza. Mendoza's in a great position here. And we just aren't playing quick enough. We aren't. Oh, wow. That's a great ball through. And it's off. And it's offsides. We're all right. We're all right. Cosentino playing it forward to Daly. He finds right. That's a great turn. And Schwarzer has made a very important save there. I want to note here that we have made a sub, Justin Boss, coming on. We're now playing a 4-1-4-1 formation to try and help shore things up with just, at this point, essentially 10 minutes left. But it finds Burgess. Schwarzer with another great save. At this point, I think we're FMing Sydney. Sydney have a 1. How do they have a 1.7 XG? They have a 1.7 XG and we have a 1 XG. We've scored 3 goals. We're in the 88th minute. I think we're FMing Sydney here. And 3-0 is like a really good scoreline, but and it's wide. I feel like we've FM'd Sydney. Schwarzer playing it forward on the goal kick. This should be it. This should be the end. We are absolutely going through an emphatic 3-0 victory in the Champions League quarterfinals at home to advance to the last 4 of the Asian Champions League. Mendiola 3, Sydney 0, Mendoza, Fagerly, and David scoring. What a victory. What a win. And we're through to the semifinals. And our miracle run in the Asian Champions League continues. Sydney FC, I felt like they were beatable. And we've actually done really well to come out of this tie. A 3-0 win at home. And surprise, maybe even fairly comfortably, we are through to the semifinals. And this is what the Champions League semifinals look like. Our Mendiola, a semi-professional Filipino side, will go up against Korean Giants Jeonbuk, who we actually played last year in the Champions League group stage. And on the other side, it'll be Al Nassr and Al Ali for a place in the Champions League final. And if my memory does serve me correct, which does, we played Jeonbuk in the Champions League group stages last year, where we lost to them 3-1 at home. We actually had a lead. That's when we still had Frederick Bayon. And then I believe we beat them 2-0 away from home. So that would have been 3-3 on aggregate, albeit they would have gone through on away goals. But we have a better team. I mean, we have a better Champions League team than we do last year. We have knockout experience now. There's no reason to believe that we cannot go through here. But all in all, those matches will be coming in April. We have a little over a month left, and then we will play Junbuk. So I have a bit of Football Manager to play before we get there. The next episode will probably be Junbuk here. I think we have an international break here. That's why there's a little gap. But I have 3 PFL games to get through, and then we will be playing the Asian Champions League semifinal to continue our miracle run in the season started off so bad. We were in financial troubles. We went to semi-pro. We've had to get rid of players, but we've kept our core players through. Our Filipino players have come in absolutely clutch. And we are through to the Champions League. I never thought in the total time that I was playing this save. So especially when this save started, I never had the thought that we'd be in the Champions League semifinals. My whole goal was just to make the Champions League group stage. But here we are. What a run this has been. Well, our journey continues this season. This has been something special, and I so badly hope that we can keep this going. Could you guys imagine to make the Champions League final? We have Champions League semi to get for. I cannot get ahead of myself. Anyways, that is everything I've got for this episode. The run continues. This has been an amazing season. This has been such a fun season. But it'll be 3 matches from now. We will play Junbuk in the semifinals. But until then, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are enjoying the series. And I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I will see you all in the next one.